Okay, just seeing what's up, seeing how we can help you.
Oh, no, not at all. Gentlemen, I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
You don't need any help.
You wouldn't be back here, man, unless you want to go there.
This is correctional facility property? Yeah. I'm just investigating.
You're investigating?
Yeah.
If you ever want, you could always try to send the sheriff an email. He's
responding
to
oh, yeah?
questions. He's good.
Is he like one of those Florida sheriffs that was like on social media and stuff?
Not as big. not quite the Florida sheriffs. No, my man.
All right.
The video wastes absolutely no time pulling viewers straight into a tense and unpredictable situation. Within seconds, a cameraman is already walking the grounds of a correctional facility, calmly documenting everything around him while deputies and inmates begin noticing his presence. And immediately, there's an underlying feeling that this encounter could go sideways at any moment. Right from the start, the atmosphere feels different. This isn't a normal public sidewalk audit. This is a sheriff's office connected to inmate housing and jail property. Restricted signs, gated areas, correctional warnings, and suspicious glances from staff create an environment loaded with uncertainty. Every step the cameraman takes deeper into the property raises attention another level. Then comes the first key interaction. An inmate or facility worker warns him not to wander too far because he's now on correctional property. The wording is calm, but the implication is serious. Suddenly, viewers begin wondering whether this is about to turn into a trespassing confrontation or an aggressive police encounter. But instead of backing down or escalating, the cameraman keeps moving carefully through publicly accessible areas, narrating everything with confidence while testing the boundaries of what's allowed. That alone creates suspense because nobody knows how deputies inside the building are going to react once they realize they're being filmed. The real turning point happens the moment he walks into the sheriff's office lobby. Two deputies immediately approach him. Their body language is cautious but controlled, and the entire mood shifts into a psychological chess match. The cameraman openly tells them he's investigating the sheriff's department and documenting the facility, a statement that, in many audit videos, instantly triggers hostility. For a few critical moments, the air feels heavy with uncertainty. The deputies are trying to assess whether this man is a threat, a journalist, or someone intentionally provoking confrontation. And the audience can feel that tension building second by second. Yet instead of escalating, the deputies remain composed. They calmly explain that he can film as long as he doesn't interfere with business operations. That response completely changes the tone of the encounter and catches viewers off guard. Suddenly, what looked like the beginning of another heated standoff starts evolving into something much more unusual, a surprisingly professional interaction between law enforcement and someone.
What's up, guys? Long Island Audit here, back again with another video. Today we're at the Columbia County Sheriff's Office here in the state of Oregon. We're here today, as always, to peacefully exercise our First Amendment right to film in public and publicly accessible areas, to promote transparency and accountability within our government, and to ensure that our public servants recognize our rights and treat us with respect. Let's get into it. Before we go inside the facility, let's take a look around. This parking lot is closed to the public. Violators will be subject to criminal trespass and or vehicle tow at owner's expense. How would you even park in here? So I don't know where this pathway leads to, but we'll check it out. How you doing? So we just walked down this whole pathway here. There weren't any no trespassing signs. We have one here, stop, authorized personnel only, beyond this point. It's like on the other gate. We can get a better look from over here at the back of the facility and whatever this is. These houses were for inmates, like their dorms or something like that. Wouldn't they have like cameras here? How you doing, man? Oh, nothing much. How are you? What is this place?
The prison. This is a transitional house. I wouldn't be back here, man, unless you want to go there.
Oh, so I want to go where? What is this here?
Transitional housing group.
What does that mean?
From the jail release.
Like you,
Jail property.
this is correctional facility property?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm just investigating.
You're investigating.
Yeah.
Oh, one way to get over there.
Get over where? Over there? No, I'm good. I won't be going over there, man. How you guys doing? You guys doing good? So at least we figured out what this place is. All right, let's go check out the inside of the facility. As always, The government loves to record we the people in public, but there always seems to be an issue when we the people record our government. Sheriff's office. Doesn't look like anybody's in here right now.
Hello, how are you doing today, sir?
Hey, how are you?
Good. My name's Sean. I'm with the sheriff's office. I got a recorder going.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Nice, how are you?
I assume you're recording too?
Yeah.
Okay, just seeing what's up, seeing how we can help you.
Oh, no, not at all. Gentlemen, I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
You don't need any help. You're just...
No, I'm just
down.
documenting. I'm working on a story.
Okay.
I'm investigating the sheriff's department, the correctional facility here. So I was just taking a look around the public areas.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Just, make sure you're not disrupting business in here.
Okay. It doesn't look
We
like
don't
a
have
lot.
any right now. But I'm just, so we
Doesn't look like a
all
lot of
have the clear
business.
expectation. Just don't interrupt business.
This section transforms the entire encounter from a potentially hostile audit into something viewers rarely see, an open conversation between law enforcement and a citizen openly documenting them. But underneath the calm dialogue, there's still a constant layer of suspense because everyone watching knows how quickly situations like this can change. After gaining access to the lobby area, the cameraman begins pressing deeper with questions about the correctional facility and the transitional housing units located behind the jail. The deputies now face a choice: shut the conversation down or engage transparently. And surprisingly, they choose transparency. One deputy starts explaining how the transitional housing system works for people coming out of jail or probation programs. It's a simple explanation on the surface, but the moment feels important because the officers are voluntarily giving information to someone openly investigating their department on camera. The tension here becomes psychological rather than physical. The cameraman continues probing with calm but direct questions, asking about records requests, public information access, and how citizens can obtain more details about the facility. In many departments, these questions immediately create defensiveness. Here, the deputies remain relaxed, even helpful. Then comes a subtle but fascinating moment. Humor enters the conversation. The deputy and cameraman discover they share the same first name, creating a brief pause where the rigid barrier between citizen and officer temporarily disappears. It's small, but incredibly significant. Viewers suddenly realize this interaction is becoming more human than confrontational, but the suspense never fully disappears. Every question still carries the possibility of triggering authority or suspicion. The cameraman repeatedly reminds the audience he's documenting government activity, while the deputies quietly continue monitoring him to ensure he doesn't cross into restricted territory. What makes this segment powerful is how professionalism slowly replaces tension. The deputies not only tolerate the filming, they actively help him by providing information about open records requests and public access procedures. That level of cooperation feels almost shocking in a genre built around conflict and escalating encounters. By the end of this section, viewers are left with a completely different impression than they expected at the start of the video. Instead of ego clashes or threats, the interaction is becoming a rare example of communication between law enforcement and...
Right.
If obviously something happens and things are happening, we'll ask you to step out. You can step back in if need be.
Right.
Do you have any questions for me while you're here?
Yeah, I was just wondering, what's the, they told me it was like a transition housing. What's that about?
Would you be able to answer that one better, Charles?
So some people, when they get out on probation or parole, our probation and parole department sets up housing for them to live so that they have a safe place where they're expected to follow certain rules to maintain their living.
So like if people don't have anywhere to go, they can go there, or is it
I'm not 100% sure. That's
Okay.
completely ran through a department that doesn't have anything
to do with the jail?
Yeah.
It's okay.
That's
I
part
got
of
you.
probation, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, got you. No, I was just curious. I never seen anything like it before, and I was curious.
I think,
Okay.
yeah.
Maybe I'll do some open records requests regarding so I can get some more information. Do you know how I would do an open records request for the sheriff's department?
I believe you can do that online. I'll check for you real quick.
Okay, or if there's a form, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'll work on that for
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
And can I get first name? You don't have to, but it'd be nice.
What's your first name again?
My name's Sean.
My name is Sean.
Okay.
It is.
Is it really?
It is.
I bet you don't spell it the same way I do.
S-E-A-N.
I have two N's.
Oh.
See?
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Let me get the phone for you.
No problem. Thanks.
You have a nice day.
You too, sir. What was your name, sir?
I'm Deputy Brent Johnson.
Thank you, Deputy. Appreciate it. All right. Well, they were nice enough, right? I've been getting a lot of... I feel like I've been getting
At this point, the video takes a surprisingly deep turn. What started as a routine First Amendment audit now evolves into a detailed behind-the-scenes look at how sheriff departments actually function, and viewers quickly realize they're witnessing something far more unusual than a normal police encounter. The cameraman begins asking the deputy detailed questions about the structure of the sheriff's office, the jail system, dispatch operations, patrol responsibilities, and how local law enforcement differs from agencies back in New York. And instead of avoiding the conversation, the deputy leans into it completely. This creates a different kind of suspense, not the fear of confrontation, but the unpredictability of how open the conversation is becoming. The deputy explains how county law enforcement works, how they respond to 911 calls, assist city police departments, handle patrol duties, and coordinate through a shared dispatch system. It almost feels less like an audit and more like an unscripted interview. But beneath the calm tone, there's still pressure on both sides. The cameraman keeps subtly testing the professionalism of the department with comparisons to agencies in other states and discussions about accountability. Meanwhile, the deputy continues answering respectfully, never appearing defensive or irritated despite the camera constantly rolling. Then comes one of the biggest moments in the video. The deputy openly encourages the cameraman to contact the sheriff directly if he wants more information. That invitation changes everything. Instead of treating scrutiny like a threat, the department appears confident enough to welcome deeper questions from the public. For viewers familiar with police audit content, this moment feels almost surreal. The expectation was conflict, suspicion, or intimidation. Instead, the audience gets transparency, dialogue, and cooperation. What makes this segment so compelling is that both sides are carefully navigating the conversation without crossing into hostility. The cameraman pushes accountability while the deputy maintains professionalism, creating a rare balance that keeps viewers fully engaged because they know how uncommon encounters like this really are. By the end of this section, the atmosphere has completely shifted from suspicion to mutual respect.
A lot of passing audits lately, and I'm going to share them all with you. I'm sure if you've been following the channel, you've been seeing them happening more and more often. And I'd like to think that I played a very small part into how law enforcement, correctional officers, public servants are interacting with the public now. I mean, I've been recognized so many times here in Oregon and Washington State. I'd like to think that I played a small part in that, but we'll see what happens. Let's wait. Oh, you did? You've seen them too? Thanks, man. Appreciate it. That's cool.
All right, Sean.
All right, cool, man.
So this is, you can turn in Monday through Friday, normal business hours. If you do it online, it gets submitted at any time.
Okay, perfect. So there's the form, and then you could also do it online.
Correct.
Okay, perfect.
Correct. And typically that'd be parole and probation side. They're not in right now.
Okay.
So if you had more questions about that
For the transaction, that's what they would cover
that
there.
would be their domain.
Okay, cool.
All right, my man.
All
Thank you for your time.
No, thanks, man. Thanks.
You have a great day.
Appreciate you.
All
Thank
right.
you. Question: are you law enforcement or a correctional officer?
I'm enforcement.
Law enforcement.
Yes, sir.
Is this like a sheriff's office?
Yes.
Or like I thought it was just a jail. Is it like a
No,
jail?
so it's a sheriff's office on this side, back side is the jail.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to visit someone, you'd come into here.
You come here, you check in here, you go through here, they'd give you a room and sit in there.
Oh, okay. Is it like virtual?
No.
In
they
person?
In person with,
A glass partition? Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Jail was built like in 2000, I think, so it's getting a little old, outdated.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot like virtual stuff and,
And again,
yeah.
on the roadside.
Yeah. You're out in the field, right?
Yeah.
So, like, where I'm from Long Island.
Okay.
And our sheriffs,
I
they
spent
handle...
like a year in Queens, I think. So.
Okay, that's technically on Long
Yeah,
Island.
yeah.
Like, geographically.
Ish.
Geographically. I don't think anybody that lived in Queens would agree.
No.
But, hey, it's part of the island. No, but on Long Island and in Queens, too, there was like our sheriff's departments they're not like here. They don't enforce...
Yeah, you have your office. And
Yeah, you have the police department and then... No, but you have the police department and then you have the sheriff's office that, like, does, like, civil stuff. Like, serves warrants, subpoenas, the protection orders, things like that. But out here, like, the sheriff's department are the law enforcement for this area. Like, you guys...
So we still have...
Like, somebody calls 911.
You still have St. So in the city limits of St. Helens, you get St. Helens PD. We could assist, but we handle the outer city portions.
Okay.
We respond for law enforcement to anybody in the county.
Okay. Like it's like the same dispatch? I'm just curious.
Yes, all of the law enforcement in Columbia County share the same dispatch, and that's Columbia 911 Dispatch Center.
Okay.
And they're their own entity.
Okay, but you can respond to different calls if you wanted
Oh
to.
yeah, I could help out with St. Helens. I mean, we are.
What do you normally just run traffic?
Pardon?
You would just run traffic normally, like when
We
you're
do
not doing
traffic, respond to calls for service, domestics, you name it, suspicious,
that? Very cool.
anything like that.
Very cool.
And then we do have a civil department that is part of the sheriff's office. We have a civil deputy who does do the subpoenas.
Like evictions and stuff like that?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, that's basically all my sheriff's department does is like evictions,
Crazy.
child support orders.
Yeah, it's weird how different states.
Yeah, like they have no, like, I mean, they are law enforcement,
Yeah.
but they don't by name only because like their actual function really isn't a law enforcement function as far as like you would never see them like patrolling the streets and pulling people over, or they wouldn't respond to like a 911 call either.
Yeah.
So it's different though. I guess the unions, big fight between the two unions of the sheriffs and the police
Crazy.
department. Because my police department, Suffolk County Police Department, one of the highest paid in the country. They're getting paid money. So like they're fighting back and forth. It was weird, but I'm just curious. I'm curious how each jurisdiction works.
Well, and if you ever want, you could always try to send the sheriff an email. He's good
Yeah.
at responding. He
Oh
answers
yeah.
questions. He's good.
Is he like one of those Florida sheriffs that was like on social media and stuff?
Not as big, not quite as Florida sheriffs. No, but he is good to his community. If you have questions,
Very cool. I would love that.
Reach out to you.
I mean, he must be a good sheriff. He has good deputies working for him. That's from my perspective.
Thank you.
I've seen normally when I have a good response with law enforcement, whether it's sheriff's or police department, usually is an indicator that the chief or the sheriff is
The agency head.
is up,
Well,
doing the right thing.
County spot, it is public. You're more welcome to hang out here. If you
Cool.
have any questions, need any help, please reach out to me. I'll be in the back.
Very cool. No problem at all. Yeah, I'll reach out to the sheriff. What's his name?
Brian Pixley.
Brian Pixley, elected, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
All right.
I'd love to speak with him.
Thank you,
All
sir.
right, no problem. You too. Thanks, deputy. How you doing, man?
Not too bad.
You see my videos all the way over here? Appreciate you, man. Take it easy, all right? All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that was a great conversation we had with Deputy Sean with two N's. I will be reaching out to the sheriff. I'm going to send him an email. I walked around this entire facility in the publicly accessible areas, inside and out. I had no issues. I don't think I went over here to the right side. I went all the way back, like to the back of the facility where the transition housing was. And, they told me that if I was there, the inmates said they're so traumatized. They said that if I was there, that I was going to end up in the jail. But these deputies seem really nice. And again, I like to think, I want to remain humble. I know I'm just one man in 350 million people country, but I'm trying my best between trainings with district attorneys' offices, police departments, etc. I'm trying my best to help bridge the gap, have law enforcement be held accountable, take accountability, respect their oath, because at the end of the day, each law enforcement officer can respect their own oath and do the right thing and honor their oath and take it seriously. And now we just came to this side, but nothing really over here. But I'd like to think I played a little small part in public servants being more open to people recording in public spaces, whether they're law enforcement, county clerks, correctional officers, etc. I'd like to think I played a small part, and I know my fellow activists have also played parts in that as well. I'm just humbled to have a platform the way I do. I will always call out tyranny and corruption, whether that's in the federal government, local government, state government, wherever it is, I will always do that. So the Columbia County Sheriff's Office definitely passed. He did a great job. His deputies, they came out, provided me with documentation that I needed. Very polite, answered all my questions. Very, very cool. So we'll reach out to the sheriff. Maybe he'll sit down and talk to me. Sheriff, if you're watching this, let me know if you want to talk. I would love to do an interview with you about your county here. Sit down interview. I'll fly out here, or we could do it over Zoom, whatever. But let me know in the comment section below if you guys think would that be a good idea. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys think that would be a good idea. But as always, hit the like button. Let me know in the comment section below if you'd like me to speak to the sheriff, sit down, maybe, you know, what should I ask him? What would be, I would want it to be productive. Yeah, I do training, Sheriff. No, I'm just kidding. I do, though. But let me know what you think about this one in the comment section below in general. As
The final segment pulls the entire experience together and turns what initially looked like a simple police audit into a broader conversation about accountability, transparency, and the changing relationship between law enforcement and the public. As the cameraman walks away from the facility, the tension of the earlier interactions fades, but the meaning behind them becomes even more significant. He reflects on everything that just happened, walking through public areas of a correctional facility, questioning deputies, filming government property, and openly investigating the sheriff's office without being unlawfully detained or aggressively confronted. And that realization becomes the central message of the video. What makes this ending powerful is that the cameraman doesn't frame the encounter as a victory over law enforcement. Instead, he presents it as evidence that respectful accountability can actually work. He repeatedly acknowledges the deputies for remaining professional, answering questions, and respecting constitutional rights despite being placed under public scrutiny. At the same time, he carefully expands the conversation beyond the single encounter. He discusses a larger role that activists, journalists, and auditors may be playing in changing how public servants respond to cameras in government spaces. There's a sense that he views encounters like this as part of a much bigger cultural shift. The suspense here becomes ideological rather than physical. Viewers start asking themselves whether transparency and calm professionalism are more effective than confrontation. And ironically, that question becomes more compelling than any dramatic arrest ever could. Then comes a final twist. The cameraman expresses interest in interviewing the sheriff directly. That moment leaves the audience with curiosity about what could happen next. Could this relationship between auditors and law enforcement evolve into actual communication rather than endless conflict? By the end, the video completely subverts expectations. It began with uncertainty around a correctional facility and warnings about restricted property. But instead of ending in chaos, it concludes with openness, dialogue, and mutual respect.